Hello, Chip. I rewatched the end of last stream and I realized that it cut right before it picked up me saying, Jerry, how do I end stream? As I clicked the end stream button. Which was just a really unfortunate event. So, I have decided that we need to be... Why is it so dark there? Oh. The most thorough bitch this side of... What is it, Northumberland or whatever the hell? Jerry, how do I end? Uh... Um... So, I think... we're gonna retrace our steps to some of the places that I feel like I haven't, like really super checked thoroughly enough because there is some pixel hunting in this game. I still don't know what the point of that is. Okay, so it's just... Okay. Nice to know. And then we're gonna go back up here because I swear to God that this room should have... Oh my god. Should have oil for the lamp. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, took a... Can I... Quick clean reveal that it was a can of oil. Repeat to be oil in the can... No fucking way. Good idea. Okay, well... Okay. Fucking great, I guess. I know it doesn't need to be oiled, it is the oil. Give it to me. Okay. Well. Damn, bro, why is that so tiny? What is this, a house for rats? Hold on. I want it to be able to pick up the, like, really really faint background music that's playing sometimes. Oh, I picked up the lid of the can as I thought it might come in handy. For why? Oh, hold on. No, okay. I have a hammer now. Do I need to, like, open the can in some way? I'm assuming. Yeah, oh. Managed to pierce a hole in the can. Well, okay. There was very little of it, though. Alright. Can I put the lid on that? Okay. I think... Is that trying to lead us to... Actually, hold on. They call me Mr. Scared that I'm gonna miss something again. Sorry, the... Looks weirdly like a face down there, and I don't like it. Can I write on this with the pencil? That little striped vase is like the big one in the hallway. Kinda. Okay, I'm assuming that now I'm in possession of a lamp I can use for light. That I should go to the basement? Question mark? Is that like a thing? Are we still on about that? Let's see how insane this guy is. If he's still on about the basement. Oh no, but it's fine down here now. So... There's also no music down here anymore, which is cool. Can I just... Hold on, I have a hammer. Okay, bro. Whatever. Whatever. Like, it's totally not a good idea to maybe use the hammer to... I'm ashamed of this man's... Wait a minute. I don't remember having that key. Since when did I have... Am I going crazy? No, because I put it in my inventory. Okay. Let's check things that need keys. I love my random inventory loot. It is truly the... It's like a plot device. Every time I get stuck, I'm like, wait a second. I don't recognize that key. Can I use... Oh my god, for a second I thought one more of the masks was missing, but they're just dark in color. Can I use the hammer? Is it though? Is it pointless? Where else are there locked anything really in here? Hmm. Okay, sorry about that. Can I... I'm trying to think about this, if there's anything else that's, like, locked. Around here. Can I go outside? No. Trying to remember if there's anything else at all that is locked. Can I? Okay. I might actually be losing my mind at this point. Okay, no, I can't. I like how it plays the thing of as if the problem is as if it's like a keyhole or something. It's really not. That's not what that is. In the slightest. What are you? And why am I allowed to zoom in as such? Hmm. Or I could try... You know what I could try? Going back to my room and writing. I'm sure that's something that will be useful and helpful and possible. There's nothing in here that was locked, was there? Yeah, okay. Too cold to write. Okay. Is it trying to get me to find a way into the room? Up here? possibility of there being a door back there or something. And the basement and the oh my god. The secret room. Jesus. Do I need to put a flash warning on this? You sure it doesn't need to be oiled? Because that is a terrible sound. Quite frankly. Mountains Madness! Previous folks had taste, no question about that. Necronomicon. Another Lovecraft reference. How to grow successful. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, maybe that's why he went mad, because he's got the fucking Necronomicon. Living in Doom. I wonder if these are just like stories that the game director or whatnot liked, or if they were inspirations for the story. I am perplexed. This vexes me. So this clock, the time on the clock tells you, like, if you're making progress in the story, it won't change until you've done something significant. Which isn't helping. if it's firmly stuck in place, I think it does need to be oiled, my friend. I was gonna say no offense, but actually, yeah, full offense. Because, can I, like, scoop? No. Hmm. God, why am I not allowed to just beat the shit out of things? Just let me, bro. Nothing out of the ordinary about the hammer. Literally the can that I'd picked up for some reason. Silver key with rather generic looking. Just an oil can. Okay. Actually, can I? There's enough light at the moment. Okay. Well, what's even the point if I can't? Like, I would be all up in busting that shit up. You know? I can interact with the. Hold on. Okay. Haven't been back in here. But I don't think there's really any reason to be. Yeah, freaking apparently. Not really sure about that one. Can't be too sure. We can't know for sure. But I think the water isn't running. Don't gotta like oil this? No. Imagine actually spending your day like wandering around the house that you own looking for shit like this to do. You know? Actually, can I? Hold on, can I? Nothing out of the ordinary as I click on... Hmm. I was hoping that today would go a bit more smoothly. Instead of like freaking insane. But I guess not. Can I? Hold on. Doesn't need to be oiled. Okay. Hmm. Hold on. Can I? Okay. Sure. Freaking okay. Do I need to move? Yes. Okay. Okay. New question. What do I do with that? Huh. Okay. Really into Lovecraft here. Is there like a... Low-key, I'm probably moving like a crazy person. The door... Okay. to that. Like, how sure are we? That's, oh yeah, because that's where that was. Yeah. Okay, can I hammer? Well, what do you want me to do about that, bro? Hmm. We don't have, like, a sledgehammer or anything. Unless I'm missing something, but I'm pretty sure there were no tools in, like, the... Hmm. Okay, well, if we abandon that... Try going back places we haven't been in a while. Okay, whatever, man. Like, I'm very obviously not pissed off when I go, whatever, man. Back to the attic, question mark? That's not where I wanted to go. I'm sorry. Okay, still that. Bro's just buying meat cuttings. Okay. not been up in the tower in a while, although I don't know if that's... Can I open these and look out? Can I, like, hold on. Okay. Nice. The wall was already broken! Like, pissed about that one. How dare I think of... Okay, wait, what was that? I have to find some way to secure the rope first. What am I doing, even? Okay. Can I... Hold on. Oh! Carefully pondered the situation, thought about what I meant to do. Why was I obsessed with that room, or whatever occurred inside this house for that matter? Felt a strong urge to go there, even though I was about to risk my life. I said that climbing down through the window is the only way to get inside the mysterious room, and I resolved to do it. Okay. So... Sure? The last... Buddy, how are you getting out of here if that was the last of your strength? The last of my strength, I managed to get inside the mystery room. As mysterious it was indeed. Ooh. It's smiling at the wall. You're paranoid. Hello? I had one of these as a kid. Like, it was made out of wood. Only it also had green on it instead of just being red. Anything about the... Ugh, what is that? Okay, an angel. I'm sure it is. Can I get in? Oh, yes I can. Birth certificate. Okay. So they had a child. Black smudge blackwood. Okay. 'Cause, 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 is the father's occupation taken down? Why does that matter? 9th day of August. This is the registration date. Date of birth, 7th day of August. Christopher E. Milton. Was that the guy that used to live here? I wonder if this member of the family was still around town and would perhaps be able to shed some light upon the past history of the house. I had to find some way of getting in touch with him. My brother in Christ, why would the room be walled up if the child was still around? I feel like the child is perhaps dead. He needs Jerry to explain it. Well, yeah. He's like, why would somebody board up a child's room? A child who, like a children's room, by the way, that is still obviously in the infant stage. Okay, so 7th and 9th of August, 61. And then I want to check out when... Oh? He supposedly killed his wife. I don't know why I'm like... I'm sorry? Oh, it's just because it's... Okay. I'm like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of... these wooden blocks, you know? Let me back in. So it was 7th of August, child was born. Oh. No, I want to see it. So it was May. #25th of May, and it was the day before that he was accused of murder. Okay, wait, hold on. Don't judge me for what I'm about to do. I know it's stupid. May, January, February, March, April. Okay, so that's like almost 2 months afterwards. Actually, no, it's 2 years later. Sad news hits our beloved town today, following an announcement that was received with rejoicing amongst many that one of the most illustrious members of our community, Mr. James Blackwood, was having a child soon. We now have to relate a macabre turn of events. The son that was being lovingly awaited by the Blackwood family died shortly after the delivery due to a strange ailment. Understandably, the information disclosed about this happening was succinct. It appears that Miss Catherine Blackwood was already suffering from pains in her stomach, probably an indication that there was something not healthy about her pregnancy. Dr. Christopher Milton, who attended the birth, assured us that he made every possible effort to ensure a safe delivery, but with bowed head he said that the boy was already doomed ever since his conception. The cause of death has not been stated. For those few close to the Blackwood family have said there were serious complications during the delivery. This is the 10th. Okay. So this is the day after they registered him. Helping to relieve that somber news, Mrs. Blackwood was thankfully found to be out of danger. Her husband did not wish to comment about the event. I want to know what this is about. The guy who... My huge disappointment quickly gave way to an empty void feeling. Something wasn't right here. I began wondering if James Blackwood was somehow involved with the death of his son. Dude. He's like, no way. The child from the child's room died, actually? I thought it was common. Was it not? Okay, wait, I might be fucking insane. Not common, but like a thing that people would do where they would like they'll leave or abandon rooms that belong to children who passed. I'm pretty sure that's a thing that happens. But obviously he has something to do with it. Because he bricked up the... Okay, no. He bricked up the doorway. James got bricked up. Okay, what time is it? 2 p.m. Okay. This guy, like, hasn't eaten in, at the very least, a full day. Can I call Jerry now? Oh, the phone line's back up? No. Okay. I can't tell what those say. No idea when that was written. So what now, though? I mean, like, aside from... Okay, no, they do use bricked up. Thing that is not clear is whether the child was born dead or died shortly after delivery. Why do you want to know? Why do you need to know? It's like, if he was born dead, then that would relieve everyone present of guilt. But if he died shortly thereafter, obviously James killed him. Because that's what happens to most children who die shortly after they're born, is their father kills them. Is there anything I can do? Like, no. Okay. Tap the keys of the typewriter, trying to focus, but no. The mystery of the Blackwood family was too exciting to ignore. Okay. Never fancied naps. Is there anything? No. I think I might try the housekeeper's quarters? Question mark? I don't know if you can hear the gears in my head like working at full capacity, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do next. Did she have like a journal or something? No. Okay, hold on. Try writing just a few words again, but I couldn't concentrate. Better get over this soon. Yeah, just get over it, man. Like, why don't you just get over it? I can't get over how they look in this photo, bro. Can I draw some conclude? That's not gonna be helpful. I'm trying to think of like what the next logical step here would be. Like in a series of events. That's not it, obviously. Is there anything else in the house that is locked, or is that key gonna go somewhere outside? I think it's probably gonna go to somewhere outside. Question mark? Obviously, I'm not imaginative enough to come up with what I should be doing next. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Thought probably... It's getting close to the end of the day, which means that the, I guess, amount of stuff that we need to do is probably going to be not that much. Who is texting me? Depop. Just what I've always wanted. So... I'm being like Sherlock Holmes. There's one thread left to follow. Seriously? I thought I tried that. Twas the wheels that were rusty. Uh-huh. Oh. Ugh, the dream was right. That's really not confidence. Its appearance reminded me. Does this call for light now? Please? Ugh! Ugh! Odd-looking African mask was positioned in the middle of the storeroom. Its presence made me feel terribly uneasy. Corner was too dark to investigate. Really? Really? There was enough light at the moment, but the corner was too dark to investigate. Okay. That's how that works, I guess. Dear Christopher, please excuse the tone of this letter. June 24th, 1962. January, February, March, April, May. I know I must sound like a raving madman, but I truly can't find a proper way to put together all the thoughts that have been taking my sleep away these past days. There's a reason behind all those recent adversities. It's the mask, Christopher. It's that mask I told you about. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't studied its origins on my own. But it's really the source of all my suffering. The tribe it belonged to. I must confess I didn't take the mask by appropriate means. British. British. British! British! I'm pointing at the screen, by the way. That's a British derogatory. And I fear this might have unleashed some terrible wrath against my life and everything that surrounds me. He's going, Christopher, Mercury is in retrograde. That's why everything in my life is awful. British hate speech? Yeah. It's been over a year ago since I witnessed the most outrageous acts of violence that not even in my worst nightmares could I have imagined. And the mask was the epicenter of it all. Then why did you take it? What I was thinking of when I took it is beyond me. You're the one that was thinking when you took it, apparently. It was probably a vicious streak of greed. Probably? British? But I can see clearly now. It represents evil, and I'm truly convinced this evil can somehow take shape and punish those who have disgraced it. I did, and now I must face the consequences. I will take some more time to investigate this. I might even go back to South Africa to seek help, although something tells me not even returning the mask would do any good. The damage is already done, and I believe it's getting worse as the days go by. Well, you know, just for, to be nice, you should return it. Every time I walk past the gallery, I can hear some incessant odd chatter, as if something was being plotted inside. Those voices, Christopher. They seem to be angry. Who is Christopher again? Hold on. Please help me. Come and see me as soon as you can, James. Okay, hold on. I need to see if Christopher is in the game info pamphlet, because there's a section on all the characters. Is that the... and I can't remember what, okay, Christopher is the doctor. My memory is truly astounding. July 3rd, my recent researches on the Dalmar have shed some light upon their terrible activities. I understand now that the lack of existing information about them was not only a cause of their small size and rarity, but also a reluctance or rather superstitious attitude towards their nature. Even some of the most important historians of South Africa will refuse to mention their name, usually referring to them as the War Tribe. After digging into some of the most obscure books I could find about the subject, I must admit now that reading them made me very nervous and uneasy, bringing back the memory of those horrible acts I witnessed on that day. Can't understand why any human being, uncivilized or not, would behave in such a manner. War among savage tribes is of course very common, and a recurring theme in history, but the Dalmar, they went even beyond war. Usually a tribe will engage in a battle to conquer new territory, or perhaps the War Tribe, me when I ran out of creative juice. I don't think... I think these people were on some creative juice. Okay? You've heard of driving juice, now you get ready for creative juice. Defeat an enemy. They did it for the sole reason of destruction and extreme love for violence. The account of their actions is downright scary. He's downright spooked. They'd invade villages, slaughtering every inhabitant without regard for their sex or age. Men, women, children would inevitably perish by their fury and hate, which is, I think, the most unsettling element of their stories. They didn't use any weapons. They killed villagers with their bare hands and teeth, as if they were drawing power from an unearthly source. I find it hard to believe this, and if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes, I'd say they were some kind of wild legend. Once they'd slaughtered every living thing in the village, they'd burn it to the ground. Every single construction or possession of the fallen villagers, proof that they definitely were not interested in conquering, or even taking some advantage of the terrain. Their motives were moved solely and purely by an incredible despisal of life and hatred towards anything that wasn't from their village. They seem to hate stuff that's in their village. That is another curious thing. They somehow managed to sustain a constant population level, as if they controlled exactly the amount of people needed for an attack, but at the same time warrant survival using their few existent resources. I fear this wasn't some kind of wondrous organization system, but rather an elimination process of a useless member or an unnecessary child. I dare not think about it, but I am afraid this would explain why they didn't need to hunt for food. They feasted upon themselves. Now I know what the mask I took stands for, and I shiver at the thought of it. I must confess I'm worried. I don't know why, but I fear for my life. He has no idea, absolutely none, why he would... I don't want to turn my back on that thing, low-key. Can I... is there any more papers? No. Get me out of here. Can I push this back into place, please? Lock it in there. Zoink, Scoob. Hard as I was, it was still too early to sleep. Okay. You right? Oh shit! It looks like he wrote approximately 2 lines. I'm not gonna lie. I probably should be reading this out loud, but screw you guys. I ain't reading all that out loud. Man. No. Go to bed. I think that that's enough for today. Quite frankly. I think we've had enough creeping around this house for today. Oh, the phone is up. Let's talk to Jerry again.
Yes?
Jerry, it's me. You won't believe what I've found here.
Try me.
It's about the happenings that led to the murder you told me about. There's an impressive backstory surrounding this place and many loose ends. It would seem nobody ever stumbled upon this.
Shouldn't you be working on your book?
Are you listening to me? James
Oh,
Blackwood is into some
actually?
very weird stuff and possibly dangerous. Something tells me this case is much more complex than it was thought to be.
Why don't you inform the authorities? I'm sure they'll be dying to reopen a long-forgotten case about some crazy old psycho killing his wife.
No way. And miss all the fun? I'm doing
Oh
this
my
on
god.
my own.
British.
I wonder
British.
if the noises I heard have anything to do with this. Maybe James Blackwood was trying to hide something.
Like in that book, where an old man was guarding the entrance to hell.
What?
I bet this James Blackwood person had a doorway like that in his basement. Those dreadful noises must be the sounds of
Stop
the
fucking with me, Jerry.
Why,
I'm
thanks,
serious.
That's been very helpful. Great to have friends like you.
Then stop talking about all this nonsense. Do you have any idea how crazy it sounds? You're a writer, not some fancy PI.
I'll get to the bottom of this. I know I will. I'm certain there's much more to James Blackwood than a simple act of murder.
Now you're sounding more morbid than usual. Simple act of murder? Oh, goody. Just somebody died. Nothing to worry about. This isn't like you, Michael. This whole thing is really affecting you.
Stop being a drama queen. I'm a grown-up and I'm pretty aware of what I'm doing.
Are you, though?
Fine, go chase around the ghosts of James Blackwood. I'll stay here in the real world.
I'll let you know about my progress.
I'll let you know about my progress. I was expecting him to be like, actually, I wrote 1 page. Barbara. Oh, it's still Sunday, yeah. Oh, God. Get me out of here. Hold on. Oh, wait, can I talk to Jerry again? No. Okay. Jerry is fed up with me. No, what I'm looking for is... Was it? No, it wasn't here. The ability to dial another number... Okay. No. Okay, so finally we're like, let's go to bed. Fucking hell, man. Perhaps I may be a bit tired after dicking around. Have you ever considered just going back to bed? Man, I freaking hate this guy. You suck, man. Jerry, how do I sleep? Yeah. Hold on, can I had no one to call it this time. Not even Jerry? I thought you would be ecstatic to call Jerry. This time, it is not 12 a.m. for me. It's almost 11 p.m. Which is obviously significantly better. And more reasonable. Okay. This isn't about the scratching in the basement again, is it? Thank freaking God. This isn't... okay. Are we going back in here? Are we having weird dreams? Again? Man, why couldn't you just be happy with your tiger vase? Or your... is that your leopard vase? I know my animals. He's gonna be, like, fucking... on about this freaking mask again. Shit, bro. Well, so we're just gonna sit here with this music? Or... is that it? Oh! My God. I forgot that happens. Jerry, how am I gonna sleep tonight, huh? Okay, we're back on about the freaking scratching noises. Are they coming from the... fucking hell, man. Just literally a static... image. Of a mask. And a musical sting. That was probably the most nothing burger scare that they could have done at me, you know? God damn. Okay. Cool. I was hoping that I actually wouldn't be able to hear them down here, just like I was unable to hear them upstairs. And we have the light now, which means we can go into the basement. I hope it doesn't play that fucking continuous climbing music. Oh. I'm unappreciative of the fact that I was already staring down the stairs. That's not the tool I wanted. Okay. It's not coming from the drain, is it? Okay, thank freaking God. Oh! I wasn't ready for that, okay? My heart did. You know, my family has a history of cardiovascular problems. What do you... Don't climb in there! My brother and No! Fuck! I just want you to know that I... Seriously? Don't fucking talk to me, bro. I know that these are coming, by the way. And they're still really... Okay, I don't like the audio that I'm hearing right now. Would it be a pussy move to remove... Okay, we're crawling back out. Let's get out of here. My heart pounding, I barely gathered the strength to leave the basement. I would not be barely gathering the strength. I would have all the strength in the fucking world. There is nothing in the world that could stop me from getting out of that basement, bro. This is why I stay in bed. There's a man in my furnace! My third and final day inside Blackwood Manor began with an odd feeling of expectation. Still shaking about the occurrence of last night, I managed to pull myself together and focus on finding out what really happened inside this place. You know, maybe it's just a homeless man. Maybe it's not that bad. It was incredibly cold inside the house now. Do not send me back to the furnace. I will be lighting the fireplace. Thank God I didn't need to call Jerry to ask him how to do that. Jerry, I got a GTFO. There are homeless people here. There's poor people.
Who is it?
It's me.
The ghost hunter. Any contact with the other world yet?
Actually, I'm not sure. Jerry, I'm definitely not alone in this house.
What are you talking about?
Last night I saw something down below. It was moving. I wasn't dreaming, and I'm not making this up.
Are you sure it wasn't a mutant rat?
Definitely no rat.
I'm calling the police.
No.
Seriously? No?
Michael, for Christ's sake. You could have a burglar inside the house.
This is no burglar, Jerry. It's much more interesting than that. And I want to figure this out by myself.
Have you taken leave of your senses?
Just promise me you won't call anyone. I can do this on my own.
Whatever. Just call me if you need any help. I'm driving there today.
Right. Bye.
I do believe I have taken leave of my senses. As I was... Man. What about the freaking... Okay. Really? She's supposed to be translating my Italian letter. Okay. Actually. Any mail? No. Disappointment. I actually have no idea what time in the morning it is. Thank God. Strong smell of aged oil was infecting the barn-like garage. Damn, son! carrying oil bins around. I didn't want to get very close to it as it gave me a strange feeling that something was about to jump at me from inside. Don't tell me that! Various items lying on the table. Only the toolbox on the far left seemed to have a few useful things. Does it really? Oh, it does. Sick. Michael is the kind of guy that would use AI to write his books nowadays, low-key. Unless he's too pretentious for that, actually. He might be too pretentious for that. Let's see what time it is. 10 a.m. Spectacular. Okay. Rust reduced. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Some kind of shiny object beneath the grating. Pry bar? Okay. It's a dead-ass tree. Water wasn't running. Okay. It's a little livelier. Huh. A large hose. How did these guys survive and none of the others did? Oh, the fumigator. Can I? Oh well. Okay. Ooh. February 7th, as much as I regret it, I've decided to stop caring for the greenhouse. All my efforts to save the plants have been in vain. I just can't seem to figure out what is wrong with them. It has been a few weeks since they began falling apart to pieces, dying without any apparent cause. Some of them would just crumble at the slightest touch. This is not only frustrating, but very unsettling. Every time I enter the place, I can feel a sense of dread and decay. The most regret is the condition of that rare plant I brought from South Africa. It's now all sad looking and almost dried up. I'll take it upstairs and look after it, hoping it will get more sunlight, assuming that everything that has been happening here has a natural explanation. Death is surrounding this place and I can't seem to do anything about it. In spite of my concerns, I can't help thinking that all of this began when I brought that. I wonder. No, I have to put those thoughts aside. I should stop reading all those sinister books. They're getting under my skin. Can I? Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Shovel on the planter, but it was stuck in the soil. Okay, so that's the African plant. Pliers. And a screwdriver. Alright. Pliers? Like Markiplier? That's one freaky greenhouse. Okay. I used to be scared of... Okay. We're gonna have to go to the mausoleum then. I think. There was a Wii game called I Spy Haunted Mansion. And it was like kind of a point and click adventure game. And I really liked that game as a kid, but it had this kind of freaky greenhouse. There were some parts of that game that were a little bit freaky. But there was also this annoying ass little skeleton dude. Why is it a slow turn? Don't like that. Should be allowed to relock that door. Anyways, this fuck ass little skeleton dude that you're chasing through this manor. But I don't know, for some reason I just didn't really like the greenhouse. That wasn't useful. Okay. Cold shiver ran down my spine as I entered the decaying crypt. The foul smell of rotting flesh seemed to have persisted throughout the years. Why can't I go down there? I seriously considered what I was about to do, but my curiosity got the better. Why are you... Why the long face? Decided to leave it alone. Okay. Oh, and it's empty. Okay, cool. Oh, these are, Catherine and James. Okay. That's probably... Would they have buried Catherine there? Or laid her to rest here? Probably. Probably not James, though. Oh my god. Oh, I thought it was gonna be dark and spooky down here, bro. Several coffins. The room probably belonged to the most important ancestors of the family. One of the coffins was considerably smaller than the rest. The prospect of witnessing the decaying body of a baby wasn't very tempting. But the decaying body of a... Oh? Comes have it open and I was horrified to glimpse the remains of a dead cat in it. Okay, so the cat gets the human-sized... I really understand the thought process. these people. Couldn't imagine what the purpose of the grating in the floor was. Obviously nobody down there was in need of fresh air. Bro. At first we're like, oh no, dead bodies, and then we're like, well, they don't need fresh air, so what's the point? Probably to let light in so you're not, you know, dicking around and... Maybe we shouldn't be dicking around, and after leaving the crypt, I stopped to think for a few seconds. I only found one body inside, but there were 2 plaques. Something was evidently out of place here. Perhaps the fact that James was arrested for the murder of his wife and likely not laid to rest on the same property as her? Just a hunch, though. We can't know for sure. What's with the music? I'm spooked now. Actually, hold on. Why is your imitation of Michael being unable to find the light switch for the fireplace, like, honestly spot on? Taking a moment to really think about if I want to keep going. Like, I'm definitely going to finish the game. I'm just not sure if I want to keep going for tonight. Because it's late and I've already had like 3 different cardiac events. Tell me those weren't cardiac events, dude. They totally were. Yeah. So don't make fun of me. Don't talk to me like that. a fucked up looking house. I don't think I'd want to live there. Like, just normally and in general. Ugh, okay. I think I am going to end here. Very short stream, definitely compared to yesterday, but you know, I'm kind of fucking up my sleep schedule with these, Loki. You'll never believe it, but I'm not usually staying up this late. I haven't been. I used to, but I haven't been recently. I think I've had enough of. I've had enough of you. Yeah, and I'm also still feeling it in my chest. That's probably not a good thing. I should call my doctor in the morning. Who is there to call it? I have nobody to call it this out. Okay. Ruining your sleep schedule just to deal with Michael's shit. Just like Jerry. I am Jerry. I'm literally Jerry, guys. Why is Jerry still friends with Michael? I'd be like, at some point, like, this has to be the first time he's acting like this, because if this was a normal thing, I firmly believe that at some point Jerry would just be like, fuck you, deal with it yourself, and don't call me again. Michael would probably end up dying in a stupid way or something, and Jerry would feel responsible for his death. That's probably why Jerry is on his way over right now. He's like, fuck, dude. Michael's gonna get himself fucking killed. Dicking around with a strange man in the house. Going, no, there's more to this mystery. I must investigate on my own instead of writing my fucking book like I said I would. He's been here 3 days. And he's written, like, half of a page. Technically. Because I'm pretty sure that page was half started when he started working on it yesterday. He spent all his time running around going, there's a mystery afoot. No, he's at the end of his story. He just can't think of a good ending. He's struggling. He has writer's block. I think maybe he should have just started another book instead of moving to Creepy McCreep House. You know? Like, obviously I need my solitude to write my horror stories. No, it's not. I wish it wasn't, you know, no longer solitude in the way that it was. Maybe, dude, if Jerry were here, none of this would have happened. Jerry probably would have slept in the car. Jerry probably would have actually made the walk into town, found a new place to sleep, and then called the cops. Jerry wouldn't have let this happen. Jerry wouldn't have... what would Jerry have... Jerry would have just left. Jerry wouldn't have bought this house. That's what Jerry would have done. Okay, I do think I'm gonna quit for now though, because this isn't good for my heart health. I need some Cheerios. Cheerio, bruv. Yeah, I'm ending. Don't forget to mention your cardiac events. Oh, bye, Chip. Have a good rest of your day. I hope that, you know, that probably didn't scare you as bad as it scared me, but I hope it did, okay? Because you're... No, actually, I can't say that. You would never be mean to